Meghalaya State Olympic Association bat ka Anasta Fitness Center ha ka praterik nailar arjar arpulai kala pelong ya kajing emerging mut bat Robert Kabas ringkat Ian Campbell Athletics Australia ha kajing don lang uba John Karshieng bat kiwe ki Nongialehkai Sports ki baladan benta kini gesngi. Robert Kabas ulong uwe ni kinong job ra mauser weightlifter balami khmat no Australia balayo ara takmarupa ha ka Commonwealth gold medalist in weightlifting Australia. Hakani kajing emerging mood Robert Kabas ulong basipun kajing ba uya Kynduh kajing emjung o ban poi syakathong uang ru ban long unong job kamlong kabasuk ngi hab ban tri shitam ban yaisha kumju ru ngi hab ban tip ya ke bingile ban poi syakathong.
They've now won 29 medals at Commonwealth Games, 10 gold, all in weightlifting. So sometimes you have to have a look, yes, talent identification is great, but what sport should you be doing? And then you'll get the ultimate success. So again, going back to, I know I'm going backwards and forwards, but this is an unstructured interaction. So whatever is coming into my head, I'm hoping that is keeping you interested, and I'm sharing with you. So going through school levels, junior levels, up to senior levels, I had success like that. Yeah. And then Commonwealth Games, gold medal. And then when we came back from the Commonwealth Games in 1978, most of my teammates took a rest, took a break from weightlifting. For 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever it is, they took a rest. But the whole idea is if you want to maintain that success, you have to do more than what the others are doing. So when I came back from the Commonwealth Games, after having won the gold medal, I sat down with my coach and we discussed where do we go next to the next level for me. So we decided instead of having a break from training altogether and rest up after the Commonwealth Games, we immediately started training twice a day. Not every day of the week, but we had to find out how that worked because no one else in Australia was training 2 times a week. So 3 days a week, we'll train in the morning, then have lunch and a break, and train again in the afternoon. Maybe an hour and a half in the morning, maybe 2 hours in the afternoon. And we still have to work out how that works. And also in Australia I was employed, I had a full-time job, so luckily my employer, my manager used to say, just go and do your training. If someone asks where you are, I'll say you're the accounts manager. So again, you have to be in a situation where the community around you helps you. No one succeeds by themselves. You need people around you that help you, and you need to accept that help. You don't need to be too proud to say, I'm not going to ask him how does that work, I'm not going to ask that person. If you don't know something, ask someone that knows, not someone off YouTube that says I know. There's no YouTube. So, as I said, we started training twice a day, and the trajectory continued going up, but at an international competition in Hungary, I dislocated my shoulder. They always say a person's best quality sometimes is their worst quality. So what happened was I had the weight over my head when I was losing my balance. And you have to complete the lift on the platform. If you step off the platform, it's a no lift. Yeah? Weightlifters will know that. So as I was edging towards the edge of the platform, I knew I was going to step off. So all I could do was yank the weight back over my head to try and secure it. If you look at it logically, it was stupid because I still had 2 more attempts. So I could have just dropped it, gone back. But when you approach a weight knowing that you can succeed and all you want to do is succeed, the thought of no, I'll just put it down doesn't enter your head. Yeah? So I yanked it back and my shoulder popped out with it. But luckily when it went forward, it popped back in place. But after that, there was no point in continuing. So the point is, things don't always go smoothly. And yes, you may be working twice as hard as the next person, training twice every day. But sport, sometimes it's unplanned. It's like life. Things go up, things go down. And it was a matter of then recovering for the next 12 months. The strongest part of my lifting was from the chest overhead. So if I've got a weight to my chest, I hardly ever missed it. I always got the jerk. So in 1978, I jerked over the world record in 211 kilos jerk, 82 kilos one. So that was a natural, the strongest part of my lifting. Having dislocated my shoulder, I had to learn how to jerk again. Well, I never learned how to jerk. It came naturally. So having to go back and learn how to do something that was your strongest point, and then entering competitions and missing one jerk after another. It was a test, I guess, of resilience, and also of having to, all right, so that's not coming naturally anymore. What do I need to do to bring it back up together? So again, we got going. We sorted out the jerk and so on. And in a competition in America, I sustained a knee injury, which. So again, the point that I'm making without going on for too long is that success will not always come like this. It's like this. And it's how you recover from here to here that leads you to the ultimate goal. If you're down there and you think, no, I can't get up, or I can't, no, it's beyond me, you will never reach the ultimate success that you're after. So having that knee operation, I had another 6 months to prepare for the Commonwealth Games in Australia, in Brisbane. And naturally, everyone wants to win on home soil. For us, it was very important as an Australian to win a gold medal at the Commonwealth Games. And again, fortunately, I was lucky enough to, I worked hard enough for it, to win the gold medal there. And my last ambition was to try and win a medal at the Olympic Games. I've gone to 2 Olympic Games. Montreal, where I was 12. I went to the Moscow Olympic Games, which none of us knew whether we would be going or not because of the boycott before the Games of the Soviet Union and so on. And there I missed 3 of my lifts. I didn't register a total whatsoever. I got 0 results, 0 place, 0 medal. So 84 I knew was my last opportunity. I stopped working, and my employers were generous enough to pay me while I didn't work. I actually approached my manager and I said to him I would like the next 4 months off work. And he said, well, how are you going to live with that money? And I said, well, I'll just use up my holidays for the next 4 years. And he said, you already used up your holidays for the next 4 years training for the last Games. And I said to him, well, I'll find a way. So I said, all right, leave it with me. So he came back to me and he said, we decided not to give you the time off without pay. We'll pay you to go and train. So I was lucky enough to be able to then train twice a day, 3 times a week, and 6 evenings a week. So we trained 9 sessions a week. And the amount of progress you get when you dedicate yourself to training and not have to worry about going to work and other things, naturally my weights went up. And at the Olympic trials, I tried the Commonwealth record, again, possibly foolishly, and tore my hamstring. So the next day, the back of the leg was all black from the tear. Again,
thank you for coming. I know a lot of the people in this room because, as Conrad Sangma said, I am Meghalaya's favourite foreigner, so always very happy to be in Meghalaya. So I'll talk a little bit about conditioning and touch a little bit about my own journey because it relates to some of the things that Robert just said. So I was identified at 10 years of age in athletics. Why? How do you identify someone at 10 years of age in athletics or in weightlifting at a different age? Because the results in those 2 sports are objective, absolute results. So I ran 13.2 for 100 meters when I was 10 years old on grass, okay? So obviously I was fast. When he went in and did weightlifting and was able to lift weights, it was evident immediately he had strength. So it depends on the sport. So me as an Olympic triple jumper, and I ran Olympic 100-metre qualifying, okay? I ran 10.38 for 100 metres. In those days, it was Olympic qualifying, not anymore. So if I decided to play football after the Olympics, I quit, I'm going to play football. Because I'm faster than everybody in the Premier League, I'm faster than everybody. I can't play football. I don't have the technical skill. I don't have the spatial awareness. I don't have all the sport-specific skills. And I've already tried to be a shooter and I failed miserably. So everything is also relative. But mainly what I want to talk about is the conditioning issue across all sports. And fortunately I can talk a little bit about the Meghalaya profile with some legitimate authority. Because we've tested we have 100,000 tests in Meghalaya of Meghalaya youth across all sports. So we know exactly what the talent is in this state, regardless of sport. And from that, we found a number of things. First of all, the core physical attributes in Meghalaya are strength and power, speed and power. That's an enormous advantage genetically. Doesn't matter who you are, how tall you are, whatever. Meghalaya has genetic advantages in speed and power. There are also issues then to contribute to that. What's the average height of a male adult in Meghalaya? The average height for a male athlete in Meghalaya tells us combat sports, weightlifting, etc. Our wonderful commissioner asked me on the last trip, Ian, what do you think about swimming in Meghalaya, to develop swimming? The answer took me less than 2 seconds. The answer is no. Forget 50-metre swimming pools. Australia, as you may know, is an awesomely powerful swimming country. In fact, at the recent World Championships, we beat the USA. We have a population of 27 million, they have a population of 330 million. So it's ingrained in our sports culture and our daily lives. The average height of the men's Olympic sprint team in Australia in the last 3 Olympics is 1.93 meters. How many people in Meghalaya are 1.93 meters and can swim from the age of 6? I know the answer, it is 0. So focus on the sports that you have the genetic profile to do. Football, weightlifting, athletics, some events, gymnastics, diving, combat sports. Okay? Because you can waste an awful lot of energy on sports that never give you the return on investment. Of course, archery, shooting, no problem, you're already good. You have the inbuilt skills and the great training and the infrastructure to do it. Let's not worry about basketball. No offense to basketball players. It's just not going to happen. So I'm not talking about let's be good in the local, regional area or district. I'm talking about international level athletes or international level teams or whatever it may be. Anyway, so out of that 100,000 tests, what else did we find that was interesting? Some great results, just fantastic results. In fact, we have approximately 200 children in our Elite Pathway program, and those children have all hit in one form or another an international standard benchmark for an 18-year-old boy or girl. And of course we go down, we see some 10-year-olds or 12-year-olds or whatever that don't meet those benchmarks, but they have the talent profile that at that age would produce that benchmark result. And as we move through there, and we at age 10 have put all those children on our training app, which is very basic, but it produces enormous returns on investment, even though when you look at it, it looks very simple. And one of the key things we've found with, not just in Meghalaya, but it's we're really fit, we play football, we're really fit, we do athletics, we're really fit, we do weightlifting, you're not fit. Okay. you're not fit. And that's a terrible thing to say, but that's the facts. So the level of conditioning is very low. And we continue to develop that conditioning to maintain a base. So we have athletes now in the Elite Pathway program that have done weightlifting. Okay, it's a different sport, but that's okay. We're going to do what our athletes do to show you how we develop strength, improve biomechanics, and this event is actually a cardio exercise as well, but they never move. Okay, we'll do 2 sets with the weights and 1 set without. What you have to do, if you hold this, is this. So that's 2.5 kilos.
Yeah, let me show you.
It's probably a little light for you. I want you to come all the way, when you do this, one sec, come all the way back. Yeah, like that, all the way. Yeah, okay. All right, feet like this. Okay, so you're a bit stronger than our athletes, so maybe we should give you 5 kilos. Okay, we're going to do, the first set is 15 seconds. Put them down, you get 15 seconds rest. The next session, 15 seconds. Put 15 seconds rest. And the third set is 15 seconds with no weight. Yeah, the third one is no weight, just 15 seconds. Okay, do we have a stopwatch? Okay, Rajat, if you...
3, 2, 1, go.
Down, take a rest, 15 seconds. How'd that feel? Play. 15 seconds and then 15 seconds with no weight.